listen up.
Oh, I know why.
Why? Not me.
No, I got
I'm good now. Can I go?
2 seconds. That's a different mic.
Click it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hofstra Soccer Stadium, where your Long Island Rough Riders are going to take on the New England Mutiny. My name is Eric Craven, and let's run down the starting rosters for both teams. For the visiting Mutiny, in goal, number 22, Lucien Perul. At forward, Kate Howarth, Sydney Brackett, and Bren Brown. At midfield, we have Joe Takbana, Brooke Woodward, and Melina Kauzis. And on defense for the Mutiny, we have Chantel Swaby, Caroline Wysocki, Elena Stantos, and Nissa Perena. And for your Long Island Rough Riders, in goal, number 12, Casely Doherty. At forward, number 9, Kayla Sager. At number 18, Taylor Elliott. At number 11, Erica Modena. At midfield, we have Caitlin Paltios, number 16, number 5, Kimberly Mara, and number 8, Victoria Antonio. On defense, number 6, Allison Boehner, number 4, Amanda Buck, number 3, Caitlin Lawfrin, at number 26, Brianne Blasovic. We'll bring you live play-by-play action in just a few moments. Finishing up on-field introductions, we're about to stand up for the national anthem. We'll join you immediately after right here on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network. We're back here at Hofstra Soccer Stadium. I am Eric Craven, your commentator for today's Long Island Rough Rider matchup. And the Rough Riders are actually looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Their last game, they lost by a score of 3-1 to New Jersey Copa Football Club just the other day on June 27th. With that defeat, the Rough Riders dropped to 2-3-2 with 8 overall points, and the Rough Riders trail the conference-leading Rochester Lancers by 6 points with only 3 matches remaining. New England actually just had their 3-match unbeaten streak broken on June 24th following a 1-0 defeat to the Western New York Flash. In order to defeat this team, the Mutiny, the Rough Riders have to score first. Playing behind for the Rough Riders doesn't really bode well in their favor, and New England is really good at protecting a lead. So in order for the Rough Riders to at least have a good shot of winning this matchup, they have to score early, and hopefully they score more than 1 goal before the Mutiny can equalize this game. It's an absolutely beautiful day here at Hofstra. That could be partially because I am lucky enough to be shaded. But other than that, not a cloud in the sky. It is a gorgeous day on Long Island and in Hempstead. And in just a couple of moments, we're going to have kickoff right here at Hofstra Soccer Stadium. Stay tuned on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network and the Long Island Rough Rider YouTube channel. And we're underway here at Hofstra with the Mutiny beginning the game with possession. And the Rough Riders immediately take it away at the feet of number 5, Kimberly Mara. Right now, that's number 18, Elliott, with the ball trying to get past her defender, and she's unable to. But the Rough Riders maintain their possession in Mutiny territory. Playing along midfield now are the Rough Riders. Number 16, Palcios, makes a nice move to get past the defender. And here come the Rough Riders, but the ball is immediately taken away by the Mutiny, who go ahead and turn it over. So it's Rough Rider ball. Mutiny have the ball now, trying to make 3 Long Island defenders miss, and she turns the ball over to the Rough Riders. That's number 8, Antonio, with the ball right now. Tried to push it up to number 9, Sager, unable to do so, and it looks like there was a foul called. So it's going to be Mutiny ball off the free kick. Ball gets sent into play, fielded immediately by number 1, Howarth, for the Mutiny, who turns it over and immediately gets the ball back. Makes a couple of defenders miss, pushes the ball to the far side of the field. We're going to have a cross opportunity and a great defensive play made by Palcios to prevent the ball from going into the back of the net. And the Rough Riders are going to try to make something happen on offense right now, maybe starting off the feet of number 11, Modena. But right now, the Mutiny have the ball once again. That's number 13, Swaby, with the ball. Crosses it over to number 1, who can't get there in time. And the ball goes out of play, staying in possession of the New England Mutiny. Guys need to start the clock, right? No. Back and forth with the Rough Riders and the Mutiny. The ball goes. It's immediately corralled in by Amanda Buck of the Rough Riders. Sends it up to midfield for a Taylor Elliott, who can't keep it at her feet. Out of bounds. Mutiny ball once again. That's Takambana with the ball right now, making a few people miss. Pushes it up. She was looking for number 1, but the ball was taken away by the Rough Riders. Tried to push it up, and that was taken away. So far, great defense being played by both teams in the 3rd minute of play, heading into the 4th. Looks like the Rough Riders are going to try to make something happen. That is number 9 with the ball. Kayla Sager tried to push it up to number 11, Modena. Wasn't able to make anything happen. And immediately, Antonio's trying to take the ball away from the Mutiny, and she does, as she gets tripped up. Rough Riders maintain their possession. That's Boehner with the ball right now, looking for number 3, Laughlin, on the near sideline. Gets the ball up to number 11, Modena. She's able to get there. Unfortunately, she's not. That could have been called for offsides if she got over there in time, but that would have been a prime scoring opportunity for the Rough Riders had everything gone to plan. Ball gets pushed up to the far sideline in Rough Rider territory right now. Going to cross it over, looking for something, and a beautiful save made by Kelsey Daughtry, number 12 of the Rough Riders, to maintain a scoreless game. And that was a beautiful extension if I've ever seen one. Full body save made at the tips of her fingers. Excellent save. And the game remains 0-0 as we had a little bit of flop by a Mutiny player trying to get Sager on the foul. Didn't happen for her. As we have another push coming up, that's number 12, Brown, for the Mutiny, trying to cross it up for number 1, who cannot convert on the beautiful cross in front of the goal. That's number 1, Howarth. She had a great opportunity to make this game 1-0 in favor of the Mutiny. It just came off her foot the wrong way. It went over the goalpost all the way to the right. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rough Riders. Rough Riders trying to get a play going. That's Modena with the ball now. Makes a defender miss. Gets it up to number 11. 11 pushing up the field, trying to make something happen. Unable to get a shot off. Looking for number 8, Antonio, in the process, maybe to cross it. But incredible closing speed on the defense of the Mutiny keeps this game scoreless. Sager had the ball. She pushed it up to Modena. Modena is going to be looking for Sager on the far side. It crosses it. Instead, she finds number 8, Antonio. Antonio, unable to keep it to herself, turns it over. And the Mutiny number 3, that's Brackett with the ball now, streaking up the far side, looking for number 1 in the cross if she's able to get it. And she was looking for it, but immediately stopped by Amanda Buck of the Rough Riders. And beautiful defense being played right now by the Rough Riders, and this is the kind of game they need to play if they want to get this win, stop their losing streak from continuing on. Howarth with the ball right now for the Mutiny, looking to make something happen. Ships it off to number 5, who is looking for number 13, Swaby. Wasn't able to get to her in time, and the Rough Riders forced a turnover deep in their own territory. Mara with the ball, ships it over to number 18, Elliott, who pushes it out to Blaskovic on the far side. Makes a couple of defenders miss, finds number 18, Elliott, in the field, ships it to number 5, tries to make something happen, and she is tripped up right before the box. And that was a very, I'm going to call it a strategic foul, because had she been fouled anywhere closer to the goal, that could have been pretty serious business for the Rough Riders. And it looks like they still have a very good opportunity to tie this game off the free kick. Sager with the shot, and it goes just over the crossbar. Excellent chance for Sager, and the score remains 0-0. Very good opportunity. If she lowered her shot maybe by even a few inches, it would have been a very good opportunity for a 1-0 game in favor of the Rough Riders. Instead, we're going to have ourselves the first corner kick of the game 9 minutes in. Ball sails, and ooh, so close. Off the foot of number 26. That ball sailed just over the crossbar. We remain scoreless, but the Rough Riders are having some pretty good attacking chances. And with a couple of, I don't want to call them mishaps because they've been doing their best to convert. They've had 2 great chances, did not convert on either of them. So we are still scoreless, but the Rough Riders are making the most of their chances. Because sooner or later, this defense of the Mutiny, is going to slip up. Back and forth we go with the ball. It was Brackett with it for a second. And we're gonna have the Rough Riders with the ball right about now. Ball gets sent into play. That's Elliott with the ball right now, trying to make something happen. She keeps the ball in play, tries to get back to it, but great defense by Woodard of the Mutiny. Ball is still in Rough Rider possession. As I say that, they turn it over in Mutiny territory, but that's number 4, Buck, with the ball right now, trying to get it back into Mutiny territory, and she does. Looking for Medina on the far side of the field. Unfortunately, she was not able to find her, and the ball ends up at the feet of Prulu, the goalkeeper for the Mutiny, who just sends the ball out of bounds as she was looking for one of her teammates to come bail her out, as she was unsuccessful. That's Lawfrom with the ball right now, throws it into Antonio. Antonio shifts it out to Palacios, who immediately finds Blaskovic on the far side. Blaskovic ships it off on the very far side, right by the penalty line. And we have a shot on goal, and it's good! The Long Island Rough Riders with a 1-0 lead off the feet of Kayla Sager. In the 12th minute of play, the Long Island Rough Riders 1. And the New England Mutiny 0. That was a beautiful series of events happening for the Long Island Rough Riders that led to that goal. Sager found herself open right in front of the goalkeeper, unable to do anything with it was Prolu. And just because of that, 1-0 Rough Riders here in the 12th minute of play. This is exactly what the Rough Riders needed to do if they wanted any chance of winning this game. Rough Riders play better when they're ahead, and the Mutiny are not good at playing from behind. So this is a recipe for success right now for the Rough Riders. But here comes the corner kick off the foot of a Mutiny player. She was looking for Howarth to get the header. Unfortunately, she didn't find her, and the Rough Riders are able to clear it out. So after a little offensive outburst from the Mutiny to try to tie this game, looks like the Rough Riders are able to maintain their composure, contain the explosion of offense, and keep this game scoreless, even though their goalkeeper is way outside the box. Looks like they're going to be playing incredibly aggressively from here on out, at least until they tie this game. Number 3 ships it in, looking for number 1, and a couple of almost saves from Daughtry. It looks like Howard sort of missed it when she tried with that second header. She slid into the goalpost trying to get that third attempt off. Was unsuccessful. She looks a little bit rattled as she gets up and walks over to her teammates at the midfield mark. And we're going to have another corner kick. Ball gets sent into play. And the Rough Riders once again are able to stop any real damage from happening, as their defense is starting to shine right now here in the middle of the first half. That's number 12, Brown, with the ball right now for the Mutiny. Tries to get the shot off, but a beautiful defensive play made by number 4, Buck, to prevent that ball from going anywhere near the goalpost. Still 1-0 here. We're in the 15th minute at Hofstra Stadium. And the Rough Riders are playing one of the best games we've ever seen them play here at Hofstra. Early attack working very well for them. They're up 1-0. Their defense standing strong against some big offensive explosions of the Mutiny. And they've been standing tall. That's Antonio with the ball right now, making a couple of people miss. She was looking for number 18, Taylor Elliott, on that little juke pass. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to find her, and the ball goes out of bounds. That's number 10, Kausas, with the throw-in. Going back and forth, not letting the ball hit the ground, are either the Mutiny or the Rough Riders. We have a little bit of a tussle with the Rough Riders and a Mutiny player. Everybody seems to be okay, though. That's Swaby with the ball right now, going one-on-one with Modena. Ball comes near side now to the feet of number 10, Kausas, who pushes it up. Trying to make something happen over there is number 12, Brown. Keeps it, well, at least tried to keep it in bounds, trying to get an attempt on goal, and unfortunately misses completely, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Rough Riders. Medina is able to corral that in, makes a couple of people miss while trying to push it up to number 9. That is Kayla Sager. And the ball is going to try to make its way up to us in the press booth as it gets itself into the stands. And a fan could have gone home with a souvenir, instead does the honorable thing and lets play continue. That's Allison Boehner with the ball now, ships it off to the far side. And that's Brown of the Mutiny with it, trying to find number 5, Stantos, all the way near side corner. Unfortunately, unable to track that one down, and it's going to be Rough Rider ball deep in their own territory. Here come the Rough Riders passing midfield now, trying to find number 9, Sager. And we have a player down for a hot second, just adjusting the shin guard and getting up as play continues at the feet of number 16, Paltsos. And the ref is having none of that. Here come the Rough Riders once again. That's 26, looking for Antonio. Antonio with the ball, unable to make anything happen, and she gets sandwiched between 3 Mutiny defenders. But here she comes again. That's Sager, and we have a stoppage in play as it is the Mutiny ball. Ball into play once again, and the Rough Riders are really putting their effort into offense today, as the ball has barely been in their side of the field, as they've been putting on all the offensive pressure so far today. And we're in the 20th minute of play right now. It's been all Rough Riders all the time. As we're on the far side of the field now with Elliott with the ball. Gets it to Daughtery. Daughtery gets it up to midfield. And that's Medina with the ball right now, calling Antonia off. Pushes it up to number 5. Number 5 for the Rough Riders is Mara. Mara pushes down number 10, Kausas of the Mutiny, pretty hard. It is the Mutiny ball. I'm surprised she's going to get a yellow for that. That was a pretty tough tackle. But play continues. Ball gets sent into play by Kausas, immediately corralled by the Rough Riders. And here we go once again as we have a collision at midfield, but the ball is still able to be maintained by the Mutiny. Number 1 pushes it up to number 3. Brackett with the ball, takes a shot and just goes over the goalpost. We're still at 1-0 in favor of the Rough Riders, and that was the best offensive chance for the Mutiny so far. That's Modena with the ball off the kick from Dowdy. Tries to find somebody, and Antonia ends up with it. Almost makes a defender miss, but an incredible defensive play made by Takbania of the Mutiny as the ball ends up deep down in Rough Rider territory, and it looks like they're not going to have any option but to reset themselves as ball ends up out of play in possession of the Mutiny. Ball still with the Mutiny. Throw in by the Rough Riders, and that's a handball on number 11, Modena. So we're going to have a free kick for the Mutiny right at about midfield as it ends up at the feet of number 10, Kausas. Kausas sends it in deep, looking for number 3, Brackett. Unable to corral it is any Mutiny player, and the Rough Riders have the ball once again with Mara coming up the pitch. She was looking for number 9, Sager, looking for the second goal of the game for her. Unsuccessful, and the ball ends up in Rough Rider territory. And as soon as I say that, here come the Rough Riders streaking up the field. That's number 4, Buck. Buck has somebody in front of the net. That's number 5. Number 5 takes a shot, and it goes past the goalkeeper for the second goal of the game. That one's off the feet of number 5, Kimberly Mara. In the 24th minute of play, it is now 2-0 in favor of the Long Island Rough Riders. And again, just fantastic give and go for the Rough Riders. Already 2-0 midway into the first half. The Rough Riders do not look like they are on a 3-game skid, at least this point in this game. Their defense has been prolific. Their offense has been even more outstanding than their defense has been. This has been all Rough Riders, all 24 minutes. And the way this game is going, I don't see that stopping anytime soon. And they start with possession at the beginning of the second half. That's number 8, Takbana, for the Mutiny right now. Ships it out to number 3, Brackett on the far side. Tries to cross it up for a Mutiny player. Unable to do so. Number 8 takes a shot on goal, but an incredible save made by Daughtry. She has been incredible today. That is her second fantastic save of the game. And those have been really the only offensive chances the Mutiny have had where they've put ball on goal. And Daughtery's met and exceeded the occasion both times. Incredible. Corner kick gets sent in and immediately batted away by the Rough Riders. That's a shot on goal and another great save made by Daughtery. This corner kick is real high, missing everybody on the Mutiny, but they're able to maintain possession in Rough Rider territory. That's number 8 trying to make something happen. Instead, it lands in the hands of number 12, Daughtery, very pillow-like. And we're going to have a water break on the field. Like I said, it is a scorcher today at Hofstra University. A little bit breezy, but the temperature easily in the low to mid 90s. So we have a second. Let's talk about how great the Long Island Rough Riders offense has been. 1 goal for Kayla Sager, 1 goal for Kimberly Mara, 2-0 in favor of the Rough Riders. And the defense, especially goalkeeper number 12, Kelsey Daugherty, have been outstanding all day long. If the Rough Riders keep this up, they're going to snap their 3-game losing streak in no time. Now that everybody is hydrated, play will continue as the Rough Riders have the ball at midfield. And the Mutiny had the ball taken away by Modena. Medina's been all over the place, except for in the back of the net. I'm willing to wager that'll change by the end of 90 minutes here today at Hofstra. Modena trips and accepts the fact that she did so, number 10, Cousas, as play will continue. That's Woodard for the Mutiny, first time we're mentioning her name today. And she was looking for Howarth, but instead she overshoots her, and the ball ends up at the feet of Daugherty, the goalkeeper for the Rough Riders, who, I've said it a couple of times already today, has been incredible so far in these first 30 minutes. Antonio was trying to close in on the Mutiny offensive player, but she was unsuccessful in doing so. And the ball gets poked out of bounds by Swaby of the Mutiny, so the Rough Riders have possession in Mutiny territory. That's Modino with the ball right now, met by Cousins. We're saying her name quite a bit lately. But Rough Riders maintain possession there on the far side of the field, looking to extend this lead to 3-0. That's Antonia, who was looking for Mara. Mara gets it up to number 9. That's Sager. Sager unable to get that second goal of the game, as there were good defensive plays made by the Mutiny to keep this game at 2-0. And here come the Mutiny. They were streaking up the field, I would say, on the far side, but the ball ends up out of bounds. Modena gets knocked down, but play is going to continue. And that is number 5, Mara, with the ball right now. Maybe looking for her second goal. Here she comes, makes a defender miss. Is she able to do anything with it? And the ball gets out of bounds. Great defense played by Swaby of the Mutiny, as it looks like Mara was trying to get around her to score her second goal of the game. And now the Mutiny are playing incredibly aggressively. That's Santos right now, pushes the ball all the way to the near side in Rough Rider territory. She's looking for Sydney Brackett, number 3, who is able to corral it, but gets dragged down by the back of the jersey by number 4, Buck. And we're going to have a free kick. Brackett sends it far, looking for the header from number 9, unable to convert. And it's going to be Rough Rider ball. The Rough Rider defense has been stellar all day. A couple of corner kicks, they were a little misplaced, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't any opportunities to capitalize on the corner kick. And the Rough Rider defense has been there to stop the Mutiny every step of the way. So that one's going to end up being Mutiny ball. Ball ends up at the feet of Santos for the Mutiny, who pokes it over to number 18, who's met immediately by a swarm of Rough Rider defenders as they're able to get it and clear it from their side of the field. Modena coming up. She was looking for number 9, Sager, unfortunately unable to do so. And here come the Mutiny. That's number 8 on the far side of the field. And number 12 with it now, as she is met by a Long Island Rough Rider defender, and she is down. That's Allison Boehner with the ball right now, pushing it up midfield as play is slowing a little bit, as we have a stoppage in play. We're going to have a free kick from the Rough Riders, but before that we're going to check on the downed player on the far side of the field for the Mutiny. That is number 12, Bren Brown, who looks to be okay. She got up under her own power, but she is talking to the ref. Possibly looking for a yellow for the Rough Riders, but it doesn't look like she's going to find it anywhere. Here come the Rough Riders once again. That's Buck trying to make a couple of people miss, and she does, making a great move on Brackett, trying to push it up to number 9, and the ball ends up out of bounds and almost hits a couple of fans. Thank goodness for bleachers and brackets. Play continues at the feet of Sager right now, and we're going to have a stoppage in play. Sager's going to be looking to send it, cross it right in front of the goalkeeper, try to extend this lead to 3-0. We'll see if she's successful in doing so. Here comes Sager, is able to curve it, looking for somebody, and just misses number 16, Paltios, on the opportunity to extend this lead to 3-0. That was a beautifully placed kick. Unfortunately, not able to convert all the Rough Riders. Still up 2-0 here in the 36th minute. That's Howarth with the ball right now, looking for number 8, but the ball is taken away by the Rough Riders. That's Banner with the ball right now, looking for Antonia, finds her, trying to push it up. She finds Erica Modena, looking for Sager, who gets knocked down as she's trying to make a play on the ball. And we're jostling for position right now, and it ends up at the feet of Howarth, who ships it over to the near side. And that's number 5. That's Stantos, who ships it up to Howarth in the middle of the field, looking for number 3. And she is unable to do so as Buck is able to poke it out of bounds off the feet of Brackett. Here comes the kick. Sent to midfield, but immediately headed back towards the Rough Riders by Stantos. Number 18, Elliott, had the ball for a second, but immediately taken away. And we're going back and forth, and it looks like we're going to have a stoppage in play right now. That's Howarth mouthing off to a ref, probably telling her to stop before he assesses her a yellow. Play will continue, but Howarth really has to watch herself instead of becoming a detriment to her team. Number 5, Santos, sends it deep, and that's poked away by Daughtry. Great defensive play, and she immediately gets back into position in the net. And I think that's pretty underrated. We see goalkeepers, I should say, out of the box more often than they should be, at least in my opinion, acting as a 5th defender as opposed to being a goalkeeper. And sometimes that could be a detriment, as we saw earlier with the Rough Riders converting on that second goal off the feet of Sager, I should say off the feet of Mara, as the ball goes over and out of play off the foot of a Mutiny player, and it is Rough Rider ball. Goalkeepers have to stay within the box. It's significantly more difficult to stop a ball going behind you instead of in front of you. That's Sager with the ball right now, gets knocked down as she was looking for Modena on the right side. And here come the Mutiny. That's Stantos with the ball right now, pushes it up to Brackett. Brackett with the ball right now, trying to be patient, instead gets the ball over to number 7, Wysocki. That's literally the first time we've said her name all day long. Kuzis with the ball right now, trying to make something happen for her team, and she finds number 8, who ships it to number 3, Brackett. Brackett looking for Howarth, who heads it, trying to make something happen in front of the goal. Instead, number 3 for the Rough Riders, Lawfren, is able to send it over and out of their territory. We're on the far wing now, as we're going to have an attempt on goal, and an attempt at a shot by the Mutiny, another attempt at a save by Daughtry. And while the ball just escaped her fingertips, instead of hitting the goal, it went out of bounds. So incredible attempt at a save by Daughtry, and luckily for her, It was just a mishit shot. Here come the Rough Riders on the far side of the field, looking for number 9 Sager, and again looking to get to that second goal. But here they come once again, and they turn it over. That's Antonia, and she is unable to make anything happen. But the Rough Riders able to keep it in front of the box. That's another shot on goal. Great save made by here. Here comes the Rough Riders once again, back and forth. And here is a stoppage in play. That was back and forth if I've ever seen. Rough Riders had about 4 decent opportunities at extending their lead, and the defense of the Mutiny was locked tight. Ball sent deep into Rough Rider territory, going to end up at the feet of Darty, who sends it towards midfield. And here come the Rough Riders once again. That's Sager, and she's going to be called for an offside. She got behind number 7, Waisaki, as she was looking to extend this lead 3-0 and get her second goal of the game. And unfortunately for her, ref saw it, and here we are. Looking for number 8 were the Mutiny, unfortunately not able to convert. That's Kuzis with the ball on the near side, trying to make something happen. That's Buck with it. Great defensive play by Buck. Kuzis trying to make her miss, and is successful in doing so. He's able to cross it, finds number 5, but the ball is just served up too high, and the ball goes sailing past her. We're going to have another attempt on goal. Instead, a beautiful defensive play made by Allison Boehner. Here we go. Number 3 gets a shot on goal, but Daughtery, I should say, is right there to meet the ball before it goes in. Excellent save, 2-0. We're in the 43rd minute here at Hofstra University, where the Long Island Rough Riders are up 2-0. That's Brackett with the ball right now on the far side, looking to make something happen. Find somebody on the far side. That's number 13, Swaby. Swaby finds Howarth. Howarth in front of the goal and is able to bury it in the back of the net. So here in the 44th minute, it is now 2-1 in favor of the Long Island Rough Riders. That goal off the feet of number 1, Kate Howarth. That was beautifully set up by the Mutiny, and they desperately needed that goal going into halftime to try to get some momentum their way for the second half in order to try to tie this game. That's Sager with the ball right now, pushes it up to number 26, Blaskovic. Blaskovic gets it to number 18, Elliott. Elliott was looking for number 5, unfortunately unable to do so. Ball gets kicked out of bounds by the Mutiny. Rough Riders maintain their possession, though. And that was a Cheeky little attempt on goal by the Rough Riders, but number 22, Prulu, is there to stop it in its tracks. We're officially in stoppage time here at Hofstra University, as it looks like the Mutiny are going to try to equalize this game before halftime. And that was Buck on the great defensive play. Sager with the ball right now, looking to push it upfield. That's Antonio with the ball right now, who gets it out to Elliott on the near side. Elliott trying to save the ball from going out of bounds and is unsuccessful in doing so. So in stoppage time, we're going to have a turnover and Mutiny ball. That's Woodard trying to find a teammate, instead unable to do so. And here come the Rough Riders. Number 5, Mara, already a goal today, looking to make it 2. Met immediately by Kauzis, and she gets the ball taken away from her by Stantos. Stantos finds number 8, Takabana. Takabana finds number 12, Brown, on the far side. Brown with the ball right now, gets it taken away by Buck. The ball goes out of bounds, Rough Rider possession, Buck on the throw-in. And before she gets to throw it in, that is the end of stoppage time, therefore the end of the first half. With the score, your Long Island Rough Riders 2, the New England Mutiny 1. Keep it locked right here for second half action right here on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network and the Long Island Rough Riders YouTube channel. Welcome back to Hofstra University here in Hempstead, where your Long Island Rough Riders are up 2-1 on the New England Mutiny. I am Eric Kravitz, bringing you second half UWS soccer right here on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network and the Long Island Rough Rider YouTube channel. The 2 goals for the Long Island Rough Riders were scored by number 9, Kayla Sager, and number 5, Kimberly Mara, and the lone goal for the New England Mutiny was scored by number 1, Kate Howarth. That goal was scored in the literally the 44th minute, so momentum might be swinging in favor of New England Mutiny, and the Rough Riders have been playing some stellar defense up until that point. Let's see if the Rough Riders are able to close this one out. Rough Riders begin the second half with possession as the ball goes out of bounds and immediately ends up at the possession of the Mutiny. That's Brackett with the ball right now for the Mutiny, trying to make a couple of people miss. And that's Blaskovich for the Rough Riders with the ball right now. And it looks like we've had a couple of substitutions coming into this second half. It looks like number 21, Christina Tesorario, is in the game for the Rough Riders, as Kayla Sager tried to make something happen, instead ended up kicking the ball out of bounds. Ball with the Mutiny right now as we're about to pass midfield. Looking for number 1, Howarth, ends up at the feet of number 3, and we're about to have a stoppage in play. It looks like somebody was offside, and we're going to have Rough Rider possession. That's number 7, Morgan Santoro, with the ball now. She's new for the Rough Riders in the second half as well. Tesorario gets the ball taken away by Woodard of the Mutiny, and here they come up the field. That's number 8, Tekbana, for them, who is unable to make anything happen, gets the ball taken away from her. That was a great pass by the Rough Riders. Number 9, Sager, all the way to Buck on the far side. Ball gets taken away by number 10, Kausas, though. And here come the Mutiny once again. That's number 8, looking for number 3, Brackett, who was called for an offside. And she's looking for a ref to argue with, but is unable to, find one. Here come the Rough Riders once again. That's number 6, Blaskovich, with the ball right now. She was looking for Santoro, unable to find her. Ball jostled around between Mutiny and Rough Rider players, eventually settles at the feet of number 16, Paltios. That's Sager with the ball right now. Finds somebody up front looking for a Rough Rider. Unfortunately, the cross gets intercepted and sent towards midfield. And another stoppage in play. Ball at the foot of number 8 of the Mutiny, immediately intercepted by the Rough Riders. That's number 21, Tesorio. Sager ends up with the ball, and we have a foul outside the box, so we're going to have a free kick. Pushes it up to Santoro. Santoro trying to make something happen. Makes one defender miss. Let's see if she can make a second. Trying to cross it in the middle. Looking for number 18. That's Elliott. Unfortunately, unable to make anything happen. Santoro with the ball once again on the far side. And she turns it over to number 12. That's Brown, who had the ball for a second. Rough Riders do get the ball back, though. That's Santoro with it, looking for number 9, Sager. Unfortunately, she's not able to get there in time. Ball goes out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick off the feet of number 22, Prelou. Sager with the ball, ships it out to number 3, Loughran, who pushes it back to Sager, who is looking for Buck on the far side, pushes it a little too wide, and the Mutiny have the ball. Here come the Mutiny as the ball goes past everybody, as it looked like the Mutiny were going to try to make something happen on offense. Here's number 3, Brackett, to try to meet number 12, Dowdery, out of the goal box, but she's able to find number 8, Antonio, in the process. Pushing up right now is Ellie, but the ball gets taken away by Cousins. Cousins has the ball right now, pushes it to number 18 and pushes it to number 5. That is Stantos. Stantos, number 8, looking for number 1, Howarth. The ball gets taken away by the Rough Riders, and here they come on the far side, pushing towards the middle of the field. That's Antonio with the ball right now. Antonio to Santoro, back to Antonio. And here they come. That's Sager. Sager with the ball right now. Finds Santoro on the far side. And we have a stoppage in play. That's Brackett with the ball right now. Pushes it back to Stantos, who gets the ball taken away from her by number 16 of the Rough Riders. That's Palcios to Antonia. Antonia to Santoro. Santoro looking to make a couple of defenders miss, and does. Finds Antonio on the far side, and she makes a defender miss. Here come the Rough Riders. To Santoro, takes the ball to the face, takes a shot, and a great save made. Diving stop by number 22, Lysiane Prelou of the Mutiny. So even when the Rough Riders don't get the clearest of shots, they're able to put ball on goal today, which is something that they haven't been able to do in recent games. As I say that, here come the Mutiny. And Howarth streaking up, gets the ball out, and she gets the ball back right in front of the goal. She's looking to make 3 defenders miss, and it looks like she's trying to. And here comes the shot, and it is blocked by number 4, Amanda Buck. So before the ball even had a chance to make its way to the goal, Amanda Buck makes a great defensive play, keeping the score 2-1 in favor of the Rough Riders here in the 54th minute. Corner kick served in and very far from her mark, I would assume, as the ball gets punted in the air out of bounds. We're going to have ourselves a goal kick for the Rough Riders. Doherty sends it towards midfield, corralled by a couple of Mutiny players. And here's Howarth, sends the ball over the goalpost. But the Mutiny are starting to get a little bit of momentum. Like I said, that goal to close out the first half really put the ball in their court, so to speak. And they've been getting all the offensive pressure so far to begin this second half. Santoro was able to corral that in, but she gets it taken away by a Mutiny player. And here comes Brackett with the ball. Brackett trying to make her miss, and she does, but met immediately by number 6, Boehner, who pokes it out of bounds. We're going to have another corner kick off the foot of Brackett. And as I say that, they switch, and number 19 is going to take it. She sends it in, trying to find her man, unable to do so, and Antonia was trying to get it, and Howarth sends the ball over once again. Howarth with 3 shots on goal already within 10 minutes of play. She really, really wants her second goal, and more importantly, to tie this game up at 2 apiece. And here come the Rough Riders. That's Kayla Sager looking for her second goal as she gets all sorts of tripped up by number 13. That's Swaby of the Mutiny, who was able to prevent this game going to 3-1. Antonio right now with the ball, moving left to right, far side to near, looking to make something happen. Ball at the feet of number 21, Tesserario right now. Elliott now looking for Santoro. Santoro on the near side, unable to corral it in. Ball does stay with the Rough Riders, though, deep in Mutiny territory. Ball gets sent in by Santoro, looking for the header. Ball goes up and over, looking for it was Elliott. Unfortunately, she was unable to convert. And we're going to have another goal kick off the feet of Santoro for the Rough Riders. Santoro sends it in, and there was nobody there to get the goal kick from the corner kick, I should say, from Santoro. It was not very well played by the Rough Riders, but they do still maintain their possession as number 3 Lawford is able to corral it in. She sends it up the field looking for Elliott, but it was intercepted by a couple of Mutiny players. That's Santoro with the ball right now as she's looking to push the ball up, but immediately met by number 18, Woodard of the Mutiny. Gets the ball to number 12, Brown. Brown looking to make something happen, takes a shot on goal, and it just hits the cross. Just hits the left post. Almost tied this game up. And a very lucky break for the Rough Riders, and an even more unlucky break for the Mutiny. That's as close a goal as you'll ever see here in the UWS as that ball gets sent behind the goal out of bounds. That was close. That was a couple of handballs that the referees did not see, and play will continue at the feet of number 18, Woodard. Woodard looking for Howarth. Howarth shifts it up to number 8. Number 8 gets it back to Howarth, who's trying to make a play on goal, and she gets tripped up. Play stops, and it looks like the Rough Riders will maintain their possession. But that was an incredible give and go between Howarth and Woodard. That could have easily tied this game. We have a couple of substitutions right now. For the Long Island Rough Riders, coming off the field is Kayla Sager. Coming off the field for the Mutiny is Tekibana. And coming onto the field for the Rough Riders, we will tell you in a second, as well as the player coming on for the Mutiny. Play will continue, though, at the feet of number 5, Stantos. And coming in for the Rough Riders was number 24, Scorchy, Carrie-Ann Scorchy, for the Rough Riders on, and Kayla Sager coming off for the Rough Riders. Gonna have a throw in deep on the far side of the field, almost where the corner kick would be taking place. The ball is kicked out of bounds. Mutiny maintain their possession. That's Howarth with the ball right now. Met immediately by a couple of defenders, is able to shake them. Puts a weak shot on goal. It sails far wide right. And the Rough Riders get their possession back. Back and forth we go, eventually corralled in by the Rough Riders, number 26, Blakovich. Santora with the ball right now, looking to push it up, is able to find her girl. That was number 21, Tesorario, for a second, but she's not able to keep it at her feet. Mutiny with the ball right now as number 13 makes Santoro miss, but not the other one. And Santoro's looking to make something happen. That's Santoro all alone, and eventually the ball gets tracked down by number 13, Swaby, who gets it to her goalkeeper. And that would have been a 3-1 advantage for the Rough Riders if Santoro was able to convert on that. That was a beautifully laid up pass, and the Rough Riders weren't able to convert. But they persisted. Here come the Rough Riders once again. That's number 24, Scorchy, all the way down in the far corner on the near side. And she's unable to keep the ball in bounds as it goes out. We're going to have a goal kick for the Mutiny. Play has slowed down significantly right now. And that's Scorchy with the ball. Turns it over to the Mutiny at the feet of Ben Brown. Bren gets the ball out towards midfield, and coming up the field is number 5. My mistake, that's Sydney Brackett, number 3, who pushes it out towards midfield. And Santoro makes a great defensive play to prevent number 13 from advancing with the ball anymore. And the Rough Riders are in firm possession of the ball. That's Santoro with the ball, pushing the ball towards midfield. Finds Elliott on the far side, pushing it back towards the middle. And here comes Tesorario. Tesorario with the opportunity. Great defensive play made once again by number 13, Chantel Swaby, keeping this game at 2-1. And she's been involved with some key defensive plays for the Mutiny to keep this game as close as it is. very weak corner kick off the feet of a Rough Rider all the way on the far corner of the field. Ball gets sent in and immediately headed up by Antonio of the Rough Riders. And here comes number 11, Kelly Halligan, who came in and replaced number 8. And here they come, the Mutiny do, unable to convert on that as Tesoriero takes the ball away. Jostling for a position, and the Rough Riders eventually come away with it. That's number 16, Palcios. But she immediately turns it over, and here comes Brackett, number 3 for the Mutiny. Tries to make Blaskovich miss, and she does, but she's immediately met by number 3, Lawfren, who makes an incredible play and keeps the ball from advancing any further. It is still Mutiny possession, though, as number 10, Kausas, throws the ball in. Woodard with the ball gets knocked down hard from behind by number 24, Scorchy, and she is assessed a yellow card. So that yellow card once again assessed to number 24, Carrie-Ann Scorchy of the Long Island Rough Riders. Here comes the kick, goes through the wall, but fielded beautifully by Kelsey Dougherty, number 12, in goal. That's Halligan with the ball right now, pushes it up to number 5, Stantos, who gets it over to Wysocki, who finds her man on the far side of the field. That's number 10, Kausas, streaking up, making a couple of Rough Riders defenders miss, looking for Howarth, and is unable to score is Howarth. We're just waiting for the corner kick now, waiting for everybody to get set up. Ball gets sent behind the goal, and the last few corner kicks have been nothing short of abysmal by both the Rough Riders and the Mutiny. Could be because the wind has picked up a little bit, maybe because the players are tired. It is another scorching day here on Long Island. But the past couple of corner kicks have been abysmal. Terrible. Santoro is able to corral that in. And here she comes looking for a couple of people. And here she comes once again. Santoro being that spark that the Rough Riders need at the second half. Looking for somebody crossing. Unfortunately, Kausas is able to make a great defensive play and steal that ball. And here comes Howarth for the Mutiny. Finds Brackett. Brackett all alone. Just her in the goal. And there she goes. Buries it into the back of the net. And off the feet of number 3, Sydney Brackett of the Mutiny, we are tied up at 2 here in the 70th minute of play. And that's what happens. Dougherty went up in the box, unable to make that save. Granted, both Loughran and Buck were there and didn't really do anything to help. But Dougherty has to make the play on that, not come out of the box, make sure she's able to guard her own. That's Banner with the ball right now, pushes it up to Santoro, who's immediately taken down almost, or at least there was an attempt to take her down by number 5, Santos, and she is assessed a yellow. So another yellow assessed, this time to number 5, Elena Santos. Rough Riders missed by just a hair on that last goal attempt. And we are going to have a ref official assessed water break. And we'll do the same right here on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network. What was wrong with the business? What was wrong with it?
It's a great word.
I said it twice.
Did you see the... Oh, it's right up there. It's in there. I believe they cut it.
What happens? Long Island Rough Rider YouTube channel. I am Eric Kravitz, and here in the 73rd minute, after the official assessed water break, we are all tied up at 2. The Rough Riders did have a 2-0 lead off the feet of Kayla Sager and Kimberly Mara, but right before the end of the first half, in the 44th minute, Kate Howarth was able to half the lead at 2-1, and just now in the 71st minute, off the feet of Sydney Brackett, we are all tied up at 2. And the Rough Riders really need to make something happen, as they have not been playing as well as they did in the first half. And here come the Mutiny right now. Kelly Halligan has the ball and gets it back. Pushing up are the Mutiny, but a great defensive play made by Banner to stop any momentum in its tracks. And the Rough Riders really need to slow this game down. Try to stop the momentum of the Mutiny from getting any more. Because right now, the Rough Riders do not look good, as Amanda Buck makes a defender miss. Looks for Santoro to cross. She gets the ball. Let's see if she's able to do something with it. Playing keep away right now. Looking for somebody. And she is able to find number 24, Scorchi, on the side. And a great save made by number 22, Lysiane Prolu. And in this second half, she seems to be invigorated. Has not let up a goal so far. And almost a great defensive play made there by Morgan Santoro. And she's able to keep the ball in bounds. Here she comes up the field. Let's see if we can make anything happen here. With a great defensive effort by number 18 of the Mutiny. That is Woodard, who is able to force a turnover. And Halligan with the ball right now, able to find Howarth. See if she could bury this to take the lead. Great shot on goal. Here comes number 3, and a beautiful save made by Dougherty to keep this game tied at 2. That ball came off the foot of Brackett Strong, and a great leaping, punching save by Dougherty to keep this game tied up at 2. Here comes that corner. And the Rough Riders able to kick it out of any real danger. As the Rough Riders have the ball right now, that's Scorchy, met by 3 defensive players. Tries to make one miss, unfortunately, not able to make her girl miss. Swaby was all over her. And we have a stoppage right now as the officials and number 13, Swaby, have a little conversation. Free kick off the foot of Santoro, looking for the cross, and she is unable to find her man. But Santoro not giving up on the ball as she's met head on by number 19. Makes her fall down. Santoro making her miss, and unfortunately she does turn the ball over to the Mutiny as they're going to try to get themselves settled, and that's Brackett with the ball right now. Sends it all the way down. Way out of the box to corral it is Dougherty as it goes out of bounds. Buck taking her time with the throw-in. Able to find number 21, Tesserario, who does turn it over to the Mutiny. That's Halligan with the ball right now. And it gets poked away, but it finds itself at the feet of Brackett, who is the one who equalized this game at 2. Ball gets forced out of bounds by Scorchy. It is Mutiny ball. Swaby with the ball right now, pushes it up to Wysocki, who finds number 5, Stantos, over on the far side, who does turn it over to number 23 of the Rough Riders. That is Marissa Garcia, who has checked into the game for the Rough Riders. Here's Howarth with the ball. Shot on goal, just wide left. We are still tied at 2. But the Mutiny have been all over the Rough Riders in this second half, scoring 2 goals to equalize this game. Santoro had the ball for a second, unable to keep it though. And here come the Rough Riders as Buck punts the ball out of bounds, almost hits a couple of fans in the bleachers. Unable to go home with a souvenir or any of them as play continues. Howarth with the ball right now. met by a swarm of Long Island defenders, and the ball is eventually poked out by number 31, Laura Gomez, who was also checked in for the Rough Riders. We're in the 80th minute of play right now, all tied up at 2 here at Hofstra. Here come the Rough Riders and Loughran. Loughran is able to find Gomez, who tries pushing it up to number 24, Scorchy. And looks like she's able to. Tried finding Santoro, but overshot her by a little bit. And here come the Mutiny once again. That's number 13, Swaby, who finds Howarth. And Brackett was looking for the ball. She came in streaking from the near side. That could have been an opportunity to goal. Instead, the Mutiny do turn it over. And luckily for the Rough Riders, Howarth did not see Brackett on the near side. That's Santoro with the ball, who's able to push it up to a streaking buck on the near side. Pushes it up to Scorchy. Scorchy's looking to make number 7 miss. She makes Wysocki miss. Here she comes with a weak shot on goal as she is pushed down from behind. No foul called, and we're still tied up at 2. And that might be the only offensive pressure that the Rough Riders have had all half, as we have a slew of players trying to get that ball on the midfield. Mutiny trying to make something happen now. Number 17 with the ball. And she takes a shot on goal, fielded beautifully by Darty. Santoro with the ball now, finds her man in open number 23. That's Garcia. Garcia pushes it over to the far side of the field for number 24, Scorchy. That's Gomez, who tried getting it. Gomez with the ball right now, pushes it up to number 16. That's Palcios with the ball. And it looks like Santoro could have had something, but the goaltender comes up and meets her head on and is able to prevent any damage from happening. Here comes Brackett of the Mutiny on the far side of the field. She only has number 6 to beat, and does. Howarth on the other side of the field. Looks like she's open. Has the ball. Looking to take a shot, and it is far right. But again, these are just more offensive opportunities for the Mutiny that they just did not have in the first half of this game. And the Rough Riders really looked tired and trodden down after coming out guns blazing in the first half of this game. Rough Riders really need to find their groove if they want to keep this game tied. Here come the Mutiny. That's number 19 who pushes it up to Howarth. We do have a downed player. That is Swaby, number 13. And here is number 11, Halligan, who sends this ball over the river and through the woods as we have a stoppage in play. Towers at the throw and looking for it, number 3, who already has the equalizing goal today. Ball ends up out of bounds. and is going to have a goal kick for the Rough Riders. His bracket is a little bit slow to get up as he did go hard into the fence. Here comes Santoro. And Mutiny are playing incredible soccer right about now. Not letting the Rough Riders advance the ball except for, well, now, at all. The Mutiny do have possession, though. Here in the 85th, entering the 86th minute of play. We are all tied up at 2. Jostling for possession are the two teams, and it looks like the Mutiny will come down with it on the near side of the field. And Santoro was there to try to take the ball away. Unfortunately, she knocks it out of bounds. Mutiny still with possession. With only about 4 minutes left of regulation and not a lot of stoppage time, either one of these teams really has to get into another gear to try to win this game. As number 6 for the Rough Riders, Allison Boehner, is able to get control of the ball. That's Scorchy with the ball right now, pushes it up to Garcia. Garcia gets it over to Tesorario, who's looking for number 24 and finds her. Scorchy with the ball, gets it to Santoro. Santoro looks across it and just missing. The leading goal was number 31, Marissa Garcia. My mistake, number 31, Laura Gomez. And that was a fantastic opportunity. Some great defense being played there by the Mutiny, but a wasted opportunity by the Rough Riders to regain their lead. That's Buck trying to corral the ball down, and we're going to have a stoppage. Boehner sends that ball deep, and she finds her girl, and that's number 24, Scorchy. Scorchy finds Santoro. Santoro tries to cross it, and there is the goal to take the lead. Number 31, Laura Gomez, is able to bury that off the feet of Santoro. It is 3-2 in favor of the Long Island Rough Riders here in the 88th minute of play. And that is what the Rough Riders needed to make sure that this game ended up in their favor. So once again, that goal off the feet of number 31, Laura Gomez, to make this game 3-2 in favor of the Rough Riders. But here come the Mutiny to try to equalize it once again. That's number 17 with the ball on the far side of the field. Tries to push it to number 1, Howarth, but she's not able to get there, and the Rough Riders push it out of bounds. Here come the Mutiny. That's number 5, Stantos, who gets the ball taken away from her by the Rough Riders. Rough Riders looking to build on this lead. That's Scorchy looking to make something happen. She gets the ball. Pushes it off to Santoro. Santoro was looking for number 23, Garcia. Instead, that ball gets clipped and sails over the goalpost. So here in the 90th minute of play, Rough Riders are up 3-2. And barring anything catastrophic, they will leave this game ending their 3-game losing streak. That's Buck kicking it back into play, looking for Santoro. And that's a foul against Buck. She knocks down number 25, Deb Nelson. But right now, we are officially in stoppage time. Being officially kept on the field.
Actually, he was up the World Cup that came on.
Just compare it to the World Cup.
Here comes Howard. Howard's trying to head it in. And a great save made by Doherty. That would have been the equalizer. What a beautiful save. And here come the Rough Riders. Here comes Santoro streaking down the near side. Looking for number 24 and finds her. And she gets knocked down hard as she was looking to make this a 4-2 game. Scorchy got shellacked from the back, looking to make this a 4-2 game. Instead, play will continue. Halligan on the far side of the field with only moments left to equalize this game as the ball goes out of bounds. And that is the end of stoppage time, signaling the end of the game. The final score, Long Island Rough Riders 3, the New England Mutiny 2. And don't you dare go anywhere, because at 7:30, we will have the men's Long Island Rough Rider game kicking off at 7:30. Don't go anywhere. I'm Eric Kravitz, right here on the I-95 Sports and Entertainment Network and the Long Island Rough Rider YouTube channel.